Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we sincerely hope that the fruitful discussions today will culminate in excellent article submissions for the second edition of CILJ's 14th volume, which carries the same theme of the conference. The call for the edition opens tomorrow at 10 a.m. and will remain open until 30th of May. We want to encourage our panelists and all those attending here to rework their ideas into research articles and contribute to the discussions in a scholarly manner. We will send the information to all panelists alongside our general call. But if you have any questions on the submissions itself, on the process, please do ask myself or Marno Swart at the very back, the other editor-in-chief of CILJ. And we'll be happy to answer and discuss any questions related to these submissions. One final point from me, we had over 300 abstracts that were considered for this year's conference. So huge congrats to all the panelists who presented over the past 2 days, and we are excited to read the submissions in due course. Thank you so much. And I'll hand over to Kevin, the conference convener.
Thank you, Renatus. The writings of Hugo Grotius were once described by Mercier, who said, "Never was more beautiful subject matter expounded worse." Voltaire called it boring. We can confidently say that none of the speakers we have heard over the last 2 days could be considered boring. And this has allowed us to focus on a fundamental subject, the relevance of international law today. The Second Secretary General of the United Nations, Dag Hammarskjöld, remarked, "The United Nations was not created in order to bring us to heaven, but in order to save us from hell." 80 years later, the UN continues to bring the international community together, whether effectively or not, but this conference has undoubtedly brought us together to discuss these important issues. We would like to extend our sincere thanks to everyone who has made this possible. First, to our panelists, thank you for your insightful papers and for taking the time to submit an abstract, prepare a paper, and come to Cambridge to deliver it. Second, we thank our moderators who volunteered to unite our discussions. Thank you for expertly facilitating the panels and selflessly serving the broader academic community. Third, to our keynotes, Judges Thomas Haidar and Bogdan Aurescu, Professor Anthony Angie, and Ambassador Raina Lee. Thank you for taking time out of your pressing schedules to share your wealth of knowledge with us. To our conference assistants, Pavni, Indumuji, Cecile, Mariam, Pratyusha, and Ramanye, the editors-in-chief, Marno and Renatus, for their guidance, to Kayleen, who unfortunately could not join us today, and to the IT staff who show us lawyers that we live in a digital world and we can use PowerPoint presentations without flaws. To our various sponsors, notably the Law Faculty of Cambridge, the Lauterpacht Centre for International Law, Cambridge University Press, the Cambridge Refugee Hub, Matrix Chambers, Edward Elgar Publishing, Greenberg Traurig, Freshfields, Arnold and Porter, and Fieta. Thank you for making this conference possible for all of us. And most importantly, our audience members, both virtual and those present today. Thank you for your interest and engagement with fellow international lawyers. Your contribution to the discourse is the whole point of having this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor to host you here in Cambridge. Travel back safely, and we hope to see you again next year. Bye-bye.